What is up, YouTube? Chaz here, and today I'm here with Betim. Betim, you went first place at the Winter 2 Locals with which deck?
Labyrinth today.
Labyrinth, let's go. Yeah, let's check out your deck profile
let's
then.
start, yeah?
Yeah, oh, and mandatory.
Yeah, mandatory token, of course.
Yes, sir.
Sponsored by my friend, Roman, who's not here right now, but we'll get to that.
Yo.
Anyway, let's get started. So, first card. Best card in the deck, lovely. It's a mandatory include, really. It does everything for the deck. Everyone should probably know by now what it does, so
Yeah.
let's just skip over this one.
Yeah, fair enough.
Here we have Two Lady.
Yeah, the boss.
A boss monster, obviously, has really good synergy with the deck because obviously it can set normal traps from the deck. It's a big body, it has really high defense, which Lovely lacked, and it's a really good extender as well. Then, 3 Arias. I'm playing 3 of her, mainly because I'm on a lot of traps. You'll see this later on, and a lot of them are just removal traps.
Yeah,
And
fair.
she is really good. She can also just special summon out Lovely at certain points, and then your opponent can Ash Blossom whatever trap you have set. And the Welcome Labyrinth, and yeah, it's insane. And it recurs itself too, which came up a couple times today, really. Right. Then 3 Ariana. Well, combo starter. Just adds any card in the deck. It's just it's really really good.
Yeah, fair.
And here's one card that not a whole lot of people play. So I'm just gonna move this up. I'm playing 1 Ariane.
Okay.
I'm only playing her when I go first.
Yeah.
When I go second in the second game, if I lose the die roll, I usually side her out.
Yeah.
But she's a really good card. A lot of people don't actually know that she can use both of her effects in the first turn.
Oh, okay.
So it came up a lot today that I managed to resolve both effects and then ended on her and Ariana and the Lovely on the field.
Yeah.
And that is insane for just recursion. You just draw 2 every time you pop a card in hand or field.
Yeah.
It's really crazy. And then we get to the other part of the Labyrinth engine, obviously. The furnitures, the usual ratio. I play 3-3-1. Ku-Klok is not as important anymore these days. Well, it still plays a huge role in the deck, don't get me wrong, but Arias resolves a lot of the issues that only having Ku-Klok did. A lot of the time when they missed your Ku-Klok, you were kind of out of options.
Yeah.
But with Arias, that's gotten a lot better. It's gotten a lot better. Alright, so that's it for the Labyrinth engine. I'm just going to pack these up real quick and get to some of the other stuff in this deck. The Labyrinth monsters. I'm playing 1 backjack.
Okay.
I tried out playing 3, and I bricked more than I could ever remember with this deck, so I cut it down to 1, and it's been doing wonders for me, as you can see, as I've won today. And it performed really well. It's good interruption in the opponent's turn, and worst case, it will just dump your furniture.
Yeah, fair.
Then for the spells, I'm playing 1 field spell. This one came up clutch a whole lot of time today, especially in the semifinals today. As I was playing under a certain lovely card known as Skill Drain, and this card and its recursion on the Skill Drain plus the pops all the time. It's crazy. It just does everything. 3 extra. I'm not going. Most people I know are on Prosper currently. I've tested out both, and I've just come to the conclusion that I just like extra more. 1 specific card usually didn't do it for me. The just extra advantage that drawing 2 every time just gave me was just a lot better in my opinion. And also it was an Ash Magnet like crazy, and my big welcomes resolved almost every time. So
Yeah, fair.
yeah, that's it for the spells already. Now we're gonna get to the bread and butter traps with this deck. 3 big welcome, and I'm also on 3 welcome levels. Not a whole lot to say about this, really. Welcome Labyrinth, really good in the grind game, constantly recycles itself, especially if you have 2. Decided to play 3 because there's a lot of Runic running around, and a lot of the time they kept banishing these, which was very annoying, so I bumped it up to 3. And big welcome. It's a crazy card in this deck, really. Just it enables the entire deck to work. I mean, just look at how it performed before this card came out. So yeah. So these 2, I am on, and then we get to the well, I just call this a negation package, I suppose. 3 Imperm, 3 Skill Drain. I mean, I don't need to talk a whole lot about Skill Drain now, do I?
Not really.
It's, yeah, it negates everything on the field. Labyrinth can play around that. The new monster, Arias, the Butler, she can send herself or cast and special summon anything or set a trap. It works well with Skill Drain. They did that on purpose. They knew what they were doing. Imperm, some people only play either Skill Drain or Imperm. I decided to play both. This was just mainly, I mean, obviously, it was just used as interruption. And worst case, if I had Skill Drain and Imperm, I just discarded this for furniture. Because I knew this was going to carry me, so.
Yeah.
Right, and now we get to the one-offs. My search targets. We have Terror. We have Punishment. We have Daruma. There's a lot of one-offs. We have Weybridge. IDP. And Torrential Tribute.
Wow. It's a lot of options.
A lot of options, a lot of things to go into. The one that probably came up the least today was Weybridge. Out of all of these ones, I'd say it's the one that does the least for the deck, especially because it doesn't trigger anything. Probably going to cut this for a second IDP, surprisingly, because this card overperformed today like crazy. Like in every matchup, Unchained hates this. You can just banish whatever target they have engraved, like the Blue Dog Shiyama and the, I don't know, whatever Link monster they have on field. You have to do this before they get to the rank 6 Caesar, otherwise they just negate it because it includes a special summon.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, this one was insane today. So also against Plants, they hate this card. Punishment and Daruma, they did their job, I guess. I mean, Daruma is really nice in the Skill Drain as well. Chain Trap, Chain Lady to it, wherever she is, right? Chain the big one to it, the big boss monster. Her. Chain her to any trap activation, then chain Daruma, she gets flipped face down, it resolves anyway and sets another trap. Won me a game today against Runic Stun. That was nice, by searching a card in my sideboard.
Yeah.
And Torrential Tribute. Really, I was just testing out options. This one came up a couple times.
Yeah.
And, well, I probably would switch this out with a second Daruma Cannon or something. Alright, let's get to the extra deck. And here's where it's gonna start to get spicy.
Yeah.
Alright, so, start off with an Omega. I mainly ran this in case I had to deal with Dogmatica to recur my extra deck. Happened like twice today. I got what's his name, Maximist. Sent this and Entis. Just put the Entis back. Punishment next turn. It was pretty good. 1 Chaos Angel. I need more of this. It's too expensive for me. I need more. Really good card. Banish isn't once per turn. A lot of people don't know that. So you can make this, resummon it with Muckracker, and then just banish again.
Yeah.
Here's the the one outlier in the deck.
Okay.
I don't actually know the name of this card. I never read it. I think it's Flower Guardian Light Shower or something in English. The only reason this is in here is because it's 5,000 attack, and some cards get really big. Like that one Salamangrate's, the Rage Phoenix gets really big. This can get over that at times.
Yeah, fair.
1 Goddess. It comes up sometimes. It's a Fiend, so you can make it even if you're locked. 1 Bucephalus. This is run in particular because you can send Garura with it. And it's also high attack targets to send. Then 1 Dark. Obvious. 1 Anima, just for if you have Backcheck in hand, normal summon Backcheck, link of Backcheck into this, get a search and steal a monster. It's pretty decent. This for the Ibli lock, doesn't really come up that much anymore, but just in case. Then we have 3 Muckracker. Probably the most important card in this deck, in my opinion, in the extra deck. It does a whole, as I said, it has a whole lot of synergy. It's also with Chaos Angel. It's a Fiend. This also works with Big Welcome, so you can summon back Chaos Angel, banish a card, Big Welcome, bounce a card. That's the obvious stuff. 1 Entis. I mean, yeah, it's to pop another card with Punishment. 1 Typhon. I didn't summon this a single time today. Didn't need it at all, so... I mean, it's really strong, but it's here, I guess. And especially in Labyrinth, because you can just summon this, bounce a card, bounce it back to the extra with Big Welcome, and just do it again. And a Baguska. Plan B.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. Play extra. Oops. Yeah, and now to the sideboard where I also have a little bit of spice. Start with 3 lava golem. Tribute stuff.
Yeah.
It's just to go. It's a going second staple. Lord of the Heavenly Prison for specifically for the Unchained matchup. Also the mirror match. It's really good there because you can just set EEV or anything you need for wherever you need it. Also, it prevents Unchained cards from destroying themselves and their sets. I'm on 2 Bystials. I don't think there's a whole lot of like light and dark stuff currently running around that needs a whole lot of attention, so just running these. What I like to call the unfair bunch. Here's the viruses and debarrier.
Yeah.
These are like mandatory includes, at least as a one-off. You can play more of these if you like. It doesn't particularly matter.
Right.
And now we get to some funny bits. So, I'm playing a Labyrinth Archfiend with a Fair Welcome Labyrinth.
Okay.
Now, the reason I'm doing this is because if you activate a trap, especially when you're going second, and you have this in hand, you can special summon this. It has the same summoning condition as Lord, essentially. So you summon this, and you can set a trap that you can only, a normal trap that can only be activated on an attack declaration. And so you set Fair Welcome Labyrinth, and you negate your own attack. And then you can set another trap from your deck with any normal trap, and you can destroy a card on the field non-targeting.
Okay, interesting.
Came up once today. It was really funny when it happened. It's also a welcome trap, so it triggers the field spell, so you can get 2 pops and the set. It's interesting. But I wanted to try it out for locals today.
Yeah.
And the last 2 cards, Archfiend's Ghastly Glitch. Mainly played this because of Backjack. Tried it out. It performed pretty well. It just has a weakness that you can't activate it when it's just by itself. You need a Fiend. And it can also just get you furniture, so anything you need in the graveyard with for your field spell as well. And the last one, this one specifically for Pearly, but also came up against plants. Chain Disappearance. If they summon anything with 1,000 attack or less, banish it and any card with the same name from the deck.
Yep.
And Pearly certainly hates this. And you can set this with Arias too, with the Butler, and just scare them away from summoning anything.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Betty, thank you so much for the deck profile.
Yeah, no problem.
Spicy stuff you got there.
I am aware, yes.
Yeah.
It's a bit unconventional.
Yeah.
I just wanted to try it.
No, that's cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Congrats on first. Did I say congrats on first place? Well, congrats on first place.
Thank you.
Do you want to do any shout-outs?
Well, really, there's no one here to shout out right now, but just my friend Roman for just constantly just helping me test this out, really, and also Colin, who's just have been giving me a lot of tips for this deck, and just the TCG Winter Tour in general. It's great here.
Cool, nice. Betty, thank you so much, and have a nice evening.
You too, man. Thanks.
Bye.